Hello, hello everyone. How's everyone doing today? I'm getting ready to do an interview. We are trying to connect right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Daily Fix, and I hope everyone's having a great day. Hello, can you see me? You. Hello. Go live. I see your name. I just don't see how to connect you. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying, Johnniqua. Okay. There you go.
Hi.
Hi. I see you now. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me, Johnniqua. How's your day going?
It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so many people know you, Johnniqua, as the lose your job girl, the woman from the video that went viral. But your name is Johnniqua Charles, and let us know where you're from.
I am from Dillon, South Carolina.
Okay.
Little small town of Dillon, South Carolina.
Okay, small town girl, Dillon, South Carolina. Okay, so we just, once again, we thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in to the Daily Fix and allowing us to talk to you about your video and ask you some questions. What
Okay.
so many of us want to know, Janiqua, is your video that went viral last year. What what led up to you being detained that night in the video?
Okay. Well, I was at a night. It actually took place in Dillon, and I was actually at a nightclub. And when it was time to go, well, I left my little bag, my little purse, the little carry-on.
Hmm.
I left it in the DJ booth. And when it was time to go, I actually walked out. And then I realized that I left it in the DJ booth. And because I mean the crowd was kind of rowdy or whatever. So I guess he thought that I was trying to go back inside the club just to like party.
Okay.
But that's how it all started. So we get to going back and forth. Now the comment that I really feel like that made it escalate to that point where
Mhm.
he even wanted to detain me was because I told him to suck a certain part. And
Got you.
that actually I guess that kind of, which
Escalated.
any man would probably react like that way when a woman tells them to do that. So
I understand. I understand. And then I also understand that you just left your bag behind and you were trying to
mhm.
retrieve something back. So to have for him to think one thing and for you to know you were just trying to go back to get your belongings, we can definitely understand how the situation would or could get out of hand quickly.
Right.
But Janiqua, during that time that your video came out, there was so much going on, like all across the world. People were protesting. Black people were being assaulted, and so many people were losing their lives due to police violence. So, in that moment when you were being detained, like, were you afraid?
Oh no.
Okay.
Not in that moment. I wasn't. I was
Okay.
in that moment I was more so mad.
Okay.
And then because of, you know, the whole stigma between, cops. For one, where I'm from, we don't deal with cops, period. So it's like I probably wouldn't have had such an aggressive attitude, but it was just like, you're not gonna tell me what I know. We
Right.
not about to do this.
I understand. I understand. And who was recording the video? Do you know who was
It
recording?
was it was actually like another security guard that
Okay.
was actually working the club.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
See,
got you.
I haven't actually talked to that person. I still don't know that person's name. I just
Mm-hmm.
know it was another security guard. Because obviously I made contact with him too, because once I realized he was recording, that's
Mm-hmm.
what made it kind of made me a little bit more mad, but it made me get a little bit more silly. Cause I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well, you gonna record it? Okay, that's what made me say, get this thing. Cause
Right.
I'm talking to the cameraman like, record it since you want to
Right.
record.
I'm going to give you a little
So,
show since you're recording right now.
right.
Well, were you that night? I don't know about that night, but were you ever able to retrieve your belongings?
No,
No. Oh no.
the club got closed down.
Oh my gosh. That's
The club got
crazy.
closed down.
Wow. Very interesting. Well, we're sorry to hear that. My goodness. Um, and Johnniqua, where were you when you found out that the video went viral?
Whew. I'm gonna be. This is what cutthroat I like it. This I was actually. That's when I found out. I was deep in my addiction when I found out. I was
Okay.
actually walking the streets like
Mm-hmm.
in prostitution. So
Oh,
I was like literally in the middle of when I realized that video, like when it was actually brought to my attention, like by my sister, like they had to basically come and get me out of that life. Literally,
okay.
I was literally on the way, walking to my next fix when I
I
realized that this
understand.
video went viral.
I
So,
understand. And that's just we never know what life has in store for us next, you know? We never know what's going to
right.
happen on a day-to-day basis. I have a few questions for you that I wrote down, so if I'm looking down it's because, I'm looking at these questions, but that is actually one of the questions that I have for you.
Mhm.
I know during the time that the video came out, like you were dealing with, as you said, addiction, and you were going through a lot, dealing with a lot of hardships. Um, how has the video changed your life, like going viral or the whole situation?
Oh, goodness. Well, of course, it for one, it made me do a whole 380 because for one, it gave me a sense of life. Like it made me realize that you have a purpose because I had already done gave up on life and I just chose, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, and that's just what this is all I'm gonna give to the world. I don't have nothing else to give to the world. But it made me realize that you are somebody, like you, it's a reason why you was put in this position, put in that position, and then he brought me through, so took me through so much. But I feel like once that happened and I was able to actually gain my life back,
Hmm.
and so I know it cleaned me up. I mean, it took a while, I'm not even gonna lie,
Okay.
because at first it was just more of why I don't want to be bothered.
Hmm.
But then once I actually, like, okay, it took a few days, to actually come down back to reality. And then I actually sat and I actually started looking at all the videos that was like, with them like marching and, protesting and all that stuff. And
Yes.
I was like, what in the world is really going on? I'm just like, I can't even believe. And so once I said, I got to get it together because I made such an impact, and it means much more to me because I get to, you know, explain that to my kids. Like,
Right.
Mama, why is your face? Why are? Because whether I wanted to believe it or not at that time, I know for years and years and years to come, it's going to be part of history. That song is going to be part of history forever. So
Definitely.
I know that when my kids start like, getting up in their grades, it's gonna be a conversation. And I don't, it's like I'm almost kind of antsy. Like, are they gonna be like embarrassed, or are they gonna be like, yep, that's my mama. That's my mama. But
Yes. And hopefully
well, I
the
know Juju,
latter.
my oldest. I know my oldest. He's not embarrassed about it out, and that was one of the things too, because when the video first started circulating, it was more so like local people,
Okay.
and I at first, that's another reason why I was kind of like, I don't want nothing to do with it, because like some people was like, judging, like just saying all kind, and it wasn't nice stuff. But once it went worldwide, those same local people who I grew up with and some that I went to school with, now they just want to lose their job.
Yes, yes. And I can imagine that. And that's the crazy thing, it's so crazy and interesting that the local people, the people we know, and sometimes the people closest to us, it's negative. But now when it's across the world, now the positivity aspect comes into it. So, my hat goes off to you because, obviously God had a bigger plan for you and took you
I'm
through.
so glad he did.
Yes, yes, all the struggles that you've been through, and now your life is a testimony to those people who are still where you were, who were dealing with the struggle of addiction, of homelessness, whatever struggles they were dealing with. They see, okay, this beautiful young lady who I saw on my cell phone, who I saw on the internet, she's gone worldwide, she's gone viral, she's a part of protests and marches. You see the words that this was not planned, like it wasn't scripted,
Right.
and that's the beautiful thing about it.
Exactly.
Yes, that's the beautiful thing
That's
about
another
it.
thing I wanted to. That's another thing that I wanted to make sure was out there too, because some people was like, y'all should do a part two. I'm like, it was never a part one. I
Right,
mean,
right.
like they think that we like me and him. We knew each other. I never met that man day in my life till that night.
Wow.
And another thing, because I've been getting a lot of people, well, maybe y'all two should sit down and talk. No, we have not sat down and talked, but just I think last week I actually reached out to him, and we had a conversation,
Okay.
and it was a lovely conversation, like, of course, and it
That
it
was
was
one of
great,
my
and I might
questions.
and we might, what about me and him?
Yeah, it was going to be, have you ever crossed paths with the security guard again? So just recently.
Yeah, just recently I just reached out to him, and um and he said he's been trying to get in contact with me since it went viral.
uh,
So
I can
that was
imagine.
pretty good.
Yeah, because his life was also affected and he was put on the map as
Yes.
well. Yes.
hmm See, and then with that, a lot of people just thinking that I have hate for him, just him. No, 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 no. Let me clear that up. It would not have mattered who was wearing that uniform that night. They was gonna get that same reaction. It wouldn't matter who it was. The reaction would have been the same.
I
Like,
understand because it was a real situation, so it's just kind
mhm.
of organically unfolded that way. Well, you've answered a lot of the questions that I had, but yeah, definitely. One of them was, I know you said once you realized it was being recorded, that's when you began to be a bit more silly. I was gonna say, what made you start singing? But you saw the gentleman recording, so you're like, I understand. I understand.
Because the demeanor that he had, it was like he was just like, I'm not answering any of your questions. So I'm like,
Um,
okay, you don't have to talk to me. So since you don't want to talk to me, let's sing. I'm going to start singing.
I understand. I understand. Okay. And so one of the things I wanted to know also was, what is the best part of being known as the woman from the video?
um, the best part, I would have to say, the to me is when I get to watching other people remake the video.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite parts. And to actually, you know, when it came to Trump, because
Hmm.
I'm not gonna go into that too deep. But to see it used in such a positive way
Yeah.
in such troubling times, that is just
Yes.
that is one of my favorite parts too. Seeing people be silly with it, but also seeing people actually turning it in, like using it in serious situations.
Right.
So it's just,
Well, that's
I
awesome.
love it all.
That's awesome. It
I
really
love it
touched
all.
people. People were serious about those remixes. They put so much energy in it, so much effort, made up
For
dances.
real.
So yes, that
For
really
real.
shows the
And I was
impact.
just like some of my favorite, now when it comes to the those now, um Jamaica was really trying to outdo some people, because they was over there. They remixes hit a little different. I'm like, whoa,
Yes, yes. They were not
whoa,
playing.
how did you do that?
Right. Well, now I have to ask the other side of the question is, well, what's the worst part of being known as the woman from the video?
I was hoping that you asked me that.
Okay.
The worst part is, like, people have this perception of me, this of how they think that I should act or how I should be because of that video. And it's like they want me to be poised, and I'm like, it's almost as if y'all didn't really watch the video, because if you watch that video, you would know that my personality is no
Right.
no bullshit type of person.
Right.
So that's the one thing that I can't. It's almost as if like they want me to change up who I am a little bit, like want me to be a little. But I'm like, if y'all fell in love with me because of that video, then you should almost expect that I'm a little firecracker,
Right.
and it's just going. That's just I have my personality is what it is. I don't even have a clue as to what it is, but it's something.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
that, and I get a lot of like, uh, how can I say it? I have preachers that are not preachers.
Okay.
People preaching to me,
Yes.
and like when I make certain posts, even if it's just a little TikTok and I'm just, having fun, or if I'm just being goofy, it's almost like I can't do that. Like
Mhm.
I'm just supposed to do everything that pertains to lose your job. Like, why are you doing that
Oh,
TikTok? That's somebody else's TikTok.
I
I'm like, oh
understand.
God, you know what? I'm just not even
Right.
gonna do it anymore.
Right. Like they want to see that one thing from you, it seems. So like
Yeah.
that's what they
And I'm
expect. Well, yes,
like,
keep being you and giving us more of you, because the thing that was so great about that video was that it was natural. You could tell it was just like organically happening at that time. And not only was it funny,
right.
like you hit on serious questions like why are you detaining me? Is it worth it? Is this worth
Yeah,
losing your job?
right.
So it was so much in that
Right.
one video. It was funny, but it was like she is making some good points as well. Why is she being detained? Is it worth it? What's going on? And
Right.
the last question I had for you, you pretty much summed it up. But the very last question I had was, what do you want people to know about Johnniqua, about who you are?
Well, I would love for everybody to know that, for one, I am a very humble person. I am very humble, and I am a very caring, and I am very sensitive. Very
Okay.
sensitive. And just know, but one thing about the most important thing about me is that I am a very strong-willed person.
Okay.
Very strong-willed. And once I have my mind set on something,
Hmm.
it's almost nothing but death can keep me from it. Like
I
the girl said.
understand. Yes.
But,
That's That's beautiful, and we thank you for letting us in, and letting us know and learn more about you. And also, I want to let the people know, if they don't already know, you have merchandise. Like on your Instagram page, we can go to your page, click on your link. You have T-shirts, and what's some of the other things you have that have your phrase on it that we can purchase?
Um, I have just about everything. Socks,
Mhm.
pants, crop tops for the girls' tanks. I know summer coming up. I got face masks. Just about I put it on just about everything that I could think of that people
Okay.
um just about everything. I got it on cups.
Okay.
Like the little, I guess the stay cold cups or stay
Okay.
hot cups.
Yes.
But I can't remember exactly what they're called. But it's on a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And just go check it out. The link's
Yes.
in my bio.
Okay, definitely. And we're going to post this video, and we'll have a link where people can go and check out everything. And I'm sorry, excuse me. We just want to thank you again for taking time to speak with us. We know you just had a new addition to your family, so we want to say congratulations on the new baby. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Not only do we wish you the very best, like I said, our hats are off to you because you have inspired so many people who have been dealing with addiction and hardship in their lives. And you are a beautiful example of what God can bring you through. We never know what tomorrow has in store for us. So if you're struggling with addiction, help is out there. Help is available. Recovery is possible. And you are a beautiful example of that. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
Johnniqua. You're welcome. So I'm going to end this live. I'm going to send you a message, but I'm going to end it. I'm going to post it, and I just want you to enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Thank
You too.
you. Have a good one, sis.
You too.
Thank you.